Welcome to my Tomb Raider 3 Gold, or the Lost Artifact, glitched speedrun tutorial. So I'm just going to hop right in. Upon starting a new game, we'll want to hold guns and up and start sprinting and head to this corner. Turn and up an action to climb up here. If you do jump action, she'll grab one lower. Now we'll want to pull a flare and do a running jump, and then flare cancel and run into the water here. When running into the water, we can get a perfect drop where this pushes her off and turns her into the water, and that's the best fastest outcome we'd like. Normally we don't always get that outcome, so you might get stuck here and just turn left and then swim into the water here. We'll hit a camera trigger, press look to cancel that, and keep swimming. Here, we'll want to swim off to the right over towards this slope. We'll want to surface a little before and swim to the right side, and then spam jump while holding right. This will clip Lara up and through. If you don't get up right enough, she'll end up just backflipping off. It'll look something like this. So make sure when you're doing this, you get close enough to the wall, and then spam jump and hold right, and you'll make it. After that glitch, we'll have a slightly difficult jump to get up on the slope. We'll want to turn a little left and then back to the right to make it up, like this, to land up on this spot right up here. We can then continue our running jumps after that and then make it all the way up to here, and then turn, standing jump, and then standing jump twist onto this slope, and then hold right and make it up to here. In full, the sequence will look like this. I like to draw guns to get a gun turn. And now we're just going to swim here and pull up. From here, we want to do a running jump to this lever. Draw guns to cancel the camera, turn and standing jump over, and start running this way. Once we get over here, there's this tile in front of this opening that we do not want to touch. As you can see, when we do hit it, we spawn bats. This will destroy a glitch later. So when approaching this, you want to turn right and then stop right before the opening. So Lara's left foot is just to the left of this opening. And you can turn at about a 45-degree angle and jump through the corner. This will make it so we can get by without spawning the bats. This looks something like this. And now we want to try and shoot and kill these enemies. I like to come around here and start doing back hops while killing this one. And then turn around and run at this one while shooting. Go towards a secret and roll. And kill this guy and back up to this corner. Killing these people are important because just like with the bats, they'll mess up this next glitch. Now what we need to do is corner bug into this corner. We want to make sure Lara's foot is inside of the corner. This is a good position. Get a 45-degree angle on the corner, and crouch and tap forward. And then tap guns, and then we'll be up in the corner. Now we want to press action. This gets us embedded in the wall. This isn't a deep enough embed to trigger the end of the level, so we need to turn and become parallel with the wall. Something like this, but we'll need a little bit more of a turn. Closer to parallel. If you overturn, you'll get popped out of the wall, like this. If you underturn, you'll also get popped out of the wall, like this. So we need to turn just the right amount. You don't have to turn too much, you don't have to be parallel perfectly. You want to be about parallel with the wall. Right here, this is not parallel enough. At certain angles, Lara will embed up into the wall. So you want to hold action and then let go of up, and you'll stay in the wall. If you don't press action, she'll fall out. Then so you can tap left again and try and go up. And again, we get stuck, let go of up, and we're just going to hold action this whole time. Tap left again, and then we can get our wall slide. Then we can let go of action. So after our initial wall slide, we'll want to turn again and then get back facing the other way in the wall, but not quite parallel, more facing into the wall than parallel with it. We'll want to tap a little to the right first, and then tap and turn. It's easier to stay in the wall that way. And then hold up. And then we're embedded enough that the end level trigger might potentially be triggered by the weather in the map. Just like that. This end level trigger is extremely random, and it's going to take more or less time based off of complete randomness. Sometimes it'll happen instantly when you embed, and other times you'll be waiting forever and it seems like it'll never happen. This is RNG, and most of the time there's nothing that you can do. And that concludes Highland Fling, the first level. Now we move into Willard's Lair. We can start with a standing jump grab onto the slope, and we'll grab this flare pack. Upon picking up the flare pack, hold jump up and right and draw a flare. We're going to fall on this next slope, and then fall down to the left and flare cancel, like this. After the first flare cancel, we're going to want to draw another flare, and then run off the edge to the left onto this slope, and then cancel down here. This can be a tricky sequence to get a hang of. One thing I recommend is throwing this flare early, like right when you fall off this slope, so you can pull the next flare quickly enough. Alongside this, there's also a camera trigger down here, and it's good to press look to see where you're going to be able to fall off onto the slope on the left. After the flare cancels, we want to sprint this way and curve left through this hall, and head towards this boulder. This boulder is in the way of where we want to go, and its trigger tiles are the row in front of us here. So if we move onto these tiles, the boulder will move. In order to move this boulder and not die, we'll have to roll onto the tile at the last second, so we can roll back away and make it to safety. This can be a tough trick because it's hard to hit roll at the right time where you hit the trigger tile, but you also don't get crushed by the boulder. It'll take practice to hit it at the right time. After getting past this boulder, we'll want to sprint this way to these stairs and go over this way. From here, there's two different ways to proceed. The faster way is much harder, but saves 2 seconds. This is the harder way. We come up to the edge here and then gun turn to face the slope, looking slightly more left than straight. Then we're going to roll on the slope and jump and hold upright and make it up the ledge without having to climb it, like this. And we can jump up here. This can be a tough trick and requires getting used to, and it's easy to fail and lose a lot of time stumbling around. Instead, the easier way is to just jump off this slope here and go climb up right away. Now remember, the hard jump only saves 2 seconds, so you have to choose if you think it's worth it or not. Easiest way would be just jump here and climb up. And from here we can do a running jump and grab to grab this ledge, and sprint straight forward to this lever and pull it. Draw guns, cancel camera, and run this way. From here there are 3 different exits to get to this next area: this slope, the second slope, and the third one. We want to take the second one. Taking the second one, you can either run and jump off of this tile here, or fall onto the slope and jump off of it. The running jump off the tile is faster, but also has the potential to bonk on the ceiling. This next sequence is quite tricky, and has some RNG because of enemies. We want to go down the slope and head off to the left here, to this wall. Get it here so Lara's foot is in from the corner just a bit. As you can see, crows will start attacking us very soon. Alongside this, we don't want to step on this tile right in front of me, as it will make some boulders fall down, and we won't be able to do our glitch on the wall. What we're going to do here is an RCB, or a rolling corner bug, in this corner. So we want to head over here to the corner, put Lara in a good position, and turn about 45 degrees, and roll. This will bring us up here. Sadly, if you turn too far or you're in a bad position, Lara will die because we will fall down all the way to the bottom. So I recommend, if you're newer to run, save here. This is a tough spot. So again, we want to get here where Lara's foot is in from the corner a bit and turn about 45 degrees, about to here, and roll. With Laura in a position around here, I usually look for a visual like this, where I'm covering up this line but not the other one next to it. After the RCB, we're going to want to do a corner bug. We're going to turn and go to this wall right here. Again, with our feet a low in from the corner, 45-degree angle. And this time it'll be a crouch, move forward, and get up. And that'll bring us all the way up here. The main problem with this strategy is the animals. The crows will try and attack and move us around, and after the RCB, there will be a dog that tries to attack us. If you go too slow, they'll attack you, and even if you go fast, they might still get you. Here's the full ideal sequence. Even then, with how fast I went, the crows almost caught up to me and got in the way. This can be quite a tough area. From here we want to turn and standing jump over to here, running jump up here, and running jump to here. After that next running jump, we'll want to do a standing jump twist up to this block up here. We want to try and get as close to the edge of it as we can. And hope the crows don't get in our way. So now we can do our sequence. And we can land here and do our standing jump twist and then land on the edge so we can instantly jump and grab the next ledge. From here we'll want to pull up and simply do a running jump and action in order not to bonk and jump and climb up here. So now we'll turn left here and go run along this ledge. We want to fall into the library, but we want to hit a specific tile. That's going to be this tile here. So we'll want to fall off and sprint off around here to land into the library and roll onto this tile. That's going to look something like this. It can be useful to draw guns to cancel the camera when in the library. From here we want to sprint forward and curve left over into this area and roll onto this tile. This will open the door where we need to go. And now we want to head back out. We want to head this way over to that door, but if we hit this tile at the entrance to the library, it will close that door. Right here is the edge of these two tiles. We're going to want to stay to the right of this line, right next to this bookshelf, to avoid that tile that closes the door. This will be the full sequence in and out of the library. Keep in mind we want to miss that tile right there. And we can run over this way, through here. Coming up here at the end of the level is a dog that can cause death. We want to sprint and then dive roll right before these steps. And then do jumps. Over the sludge and through to the end of the level. As you saw, the dog was jumping around. He can knock you into the toxic sludge and kill you. And if you do any wrong jumps, then you'll also fall into the toxic sludge. Like this. So we'll want to make sure to dive roll after this first step coming up here. Dive roll. And then jump at this step and this step to make it to the end, and hope the dog doesn't get in the way. And that's Willard's Lair. At the start of Shakespeare Cliff, we want to backflip twist and sprint this way. We want to curve left and jump onto these yellow boxes, and then jump down to this lever. And pull it. Now we want to turn. Watch this door because it's easy to get stuck on it. So we'll want to continue and sprint this way. And do a running jump and a running jump and sprint towards and shoot out these vents right here. Now these tiles I'm standing on activate this fire. We're going to try and avoid the fire. In order to avoid the fire, we're going to want to shoot these out but then run towards this corner here and get to the corner and get a 45-degree angle and jump through it. This way the fire won't show up and we won't get stuck. Now here, we'll want to jump and backflip twist and fake grab. Backflip twist and grab. and then let go 3 times until we're down at the bottom in this position. From here, we can backflip twist and fake grab again, and then turn. From here, there's a difficult jump we want to make. This is what it looks like. This can be a really difficult jump. The idea is to land about here, and then turn while stumbling, and then make sure to jump at the very edge of the highest part of the tile over here. And then aim for this corner here. This can be hard to do in one sequence like this. So if you're not comfortable with that, and you can find yourself never making it, you could walk to the edge and get into the corner, and then just do a back hop and jump over to here. If you fall, there is a substantial amount of time loss, as you'll land on these slopes, and you'll want to go climb up on this right side, which isn't a slope, and you'll have to climb up the slow way. From here, we can go up to this corner around here, and do another corner bug, and we can do a PFC to get up and cancel the stand-up animation. A PFC is short for perpetual flare cancel, where we can crouch, and when we get up from the crouch, we can hold flare, and she'll get a flare out, and she'll be in this weird animation, and she'll be constantly flare canceling wherever we go. It's very handy. Here, we're just using the PFC to cancel the get up animation. Not too important. But we can turn and start sprinting this way. Dive roll down here, and then jump left to land on this slope and land down here, and come up to this lever, and pull it. Now we come up on a hard part of the run where we have to deal with the quad bike. We want to jump up here and let go of up to fall right about here so we can get on the quad bike fast. We want to use action for gas and jump for the brake in reverse. So we want to press gas a little bit and move around these corners as fast as we can. And make it to here where we want to go straight to jump to this other tunnel. This next tunnel, we're actually going to want to make a jump going over this way, going over here. But there's a nice fast way to do it. As we come over here, we want to brake and then turn left and press gas, and you'll barely make it. You'll want to start braking somewhat in mid-air, so when you land, you can slow down, hold left, and then press gas and make the jump. The key is to brake while you're in that part of the tunnel right before the jump, and then hold left, and then gas again, and you should make it nearly every time. And now we need to head this way for a much harder jump. This jump is much harder and will look something like this. It's hard to get used to this jump. As we get up to here, we basically want to tap left a little and then go flying off here at an angle, around that way. I find this jump is mostly about holding onto gas and holding left at the right time in order to make it onto this platform. Again, this is something that just requires practice to get right. Like this. After getting off the quad, we'll want to draw a flare and then do a jump over to these slopes. Fall down, flare cancel, and turn around this way. And jump up here and go to this lever. Pull it, and then side flip right, draw guns, and roll to jump off this slope. And sprint off this way and pick up the drill activator card. You can draw guns to cancel that camera and do a walker and jump over to here and move this way. Now we're going to want to go pull a lever, but there's going to be some enemies, so it'll be tough. We're going to want to jump off at the very edge of this tile here to go land on that lower part of the orange platform, not the higher part. This jump will look something like this. Now after we make that jump, we'll want to hold up left and curve around to get to the lever, like this. Press action and use the lever. Draw guns, cancel the camera, and use a small med if you have to, and then fall over here, down this hole. This drop into the hole can be kind of tricky, but we basically want to approach it on this left side and let go of up, so then we fall down here, further away from the edge of the tile. And then we can roll and fall facing the way we want to get to the activator keyhole. Again, faster, it'll look something like this. Now we want to use a drill activator card. And then simply backflip, jump, and grab the ledge and pull up. We're going to jump up and left and go around this way. We can sprint a little and sprint to about the middle here and jump over these slopes. And fall down this slope here. Now here we're going to want to do a 90-degree turn left and head to the lever and pull it. Then we can back up, turn and run this way, and jump over to this and do a running jump into here. As you can see, we can get stuck on that door and that can cause you to fall. A safer way would be to jump to this and turn and do a standing jump into here. And then sprint to the end of the level. And that is Shakespeare Cliff. The next level is Sleeping with the Fishes. We'll want to draw guns and back hop and sprint dive this way. And then sprint all around this way. And then turn over to here. This is the hardest set of jumps in the category. We want to jump up to here. And we're actually going to do a banana jump curve around this block in front of us. Something like this. This can be an extremely difficult jump to get around here. So if you don't want to do that, you can just go into the water and swim over to here. And jump up here. Now we move on to the second jump, which is arguably more difficult. We can land here. And I like putting Laura's left foot kind of over here on this part of the tile. And then backing up and then turning a little bit, and we're going to try and get a jump and hit the edge and then curve to the left and try and get straight at the flat tiles as we can, like this. And you will definitely get that outcome a lot. This is a very tight jump. So again, put Lara's foot around here, back hop, turn, and jump and turn. You want to keep on holding up and then curve around and start heading this way. The full sequence will look a bit like this. And then we'll continue running this way. Curve to the right, and then jump off to the left here. Land in the water and head towards this lever and pull it. Can turn this way and head over here. And then curve up and turn around to get onto the ledge here. And turn and backflip twist and jump to the button. Back hop turn and then jump twist into the water so we can head where we want to go. And swim over this way. Keep on swimming, and we're actually going to keep heading up and a little over to the left. And we're going to head to this alcove up here. At the alcove, we're going to want to press flare while picking up the circuit bulb like this, and we'll get a glitched flare. Then we can swim over to this way. And we can swim up through here and get up. We can crouch, tap forward and guns to get here, press action, and then hold flare to flare cancel to get up. And head down this way. We're going to take a quite a big detour from where we think we might have to go. We're actually going to head down this way. We're going to go pick up this shotgun shell, which will cause the underwater vehicle to fly at us like this. So after we pick up the shotgun shells, we're going to want to swim this way. Pull a flare as we're entering here, and we're going to want to drop it on this tile as we swim by. Specifically, the tile is going to be this one after the flat one. This perfectly flat tile here, it's going to be the one right after it, so we'll want to drop it on this tile. This tile is actually a flip map trigger, and we're going to use this flare to trigger the flip map, so we don't have to put the mutant samples in later at the end of the run. So again, we're going to pick this up, press look, head over this way, and pull the flare as we enter. Drop it on the tile after the perfectly flat one, and keep on swimming. Keep swimming this way. And we're going to go up here and turn off to the right and get up here. Now we have to go fast and corner bug into this corner. Again, turn 45 degrees and then go and crawl into the corner. This puts Lara out of bounds for a quick moment and gives the flare priority, and that will cause that flip map trigger we left the flare on to activate. I recommend drawing guns here because of the camera that shows up when we're walking around on these tiles, like this. If you fail at all, it's going to fail the flip map because it's a very close timing on the flare. So if you mess up here and then go try it again, that's likely failed. This is why we drew the flare so late before we actually had to throw it. We want to make sure the flare is as active as long as we can until we get here, and then we have to do this glitch first try, or else the flare will run out. After we get up here and then go do our corner bug, we want to turn and get up, and then turn to the right and start putting in our circuit bulbs. It's faster here to turn and sprint to the next one. After putting this circuit bulb in, we're going to turn again and backflip twist into the water. And we're going to head back towards where the secret was that we left the flare. But instead, we're going to head into the tunnel on the left. We're going to swim up over this way, and now we have to get the attention of a guard. There's some RNG here. We want to pull our guns and start shooting super fast. This will get the guard's attention. The time it takes for this door to be opened by the guard varies, but we want to come into here and push this button. Easiest thing to do is to side flip past the guard and sprint this way. We only want to open the first valve. The guard can shoot you a lot here, so if you need to use a large, go ahead. Then we need to run this way, and we want to try and fall into this corner. And then swim up to here, the door that opened with our valve. We don't need to pick up the mutant samples because we did the flip map trigger. And now get up in the water here on the right side. This tile in front of me activates a dolphin and a crocodile that we don't want. So we're actually going to get onto this tile without touching this one, like this. So when you get out of the water, you want to hold left and turn this way and come onto this tile and jump up here. Be careful because you can definitely fall back into the water if you mess up. So we turn this way, go up here, and then go down and start picking up the stone, the Hand of Rathmore. And now we'll swim this way. This is where the dolphin would normally be, which can mess you up when you're on the lever. But because we skipped that trigger, he is not here. Now we can swim this way. And go up and leave this level. And that is sleeping with the fishes. The next level is It's a Madhouse. We'll want to swim this way over to this tile and then pick up the Hand of Rathmore. Draw a flare while picking it up, just like in Sleeping with the Fishes, to get a glitched flare, and come up and get up here. From here we want to side flip right and flare cancel, So then we can run up here. This is a tricky corner bug to climb up this ladder, but you just have to get used to it. I like to do this by putting Laura's left foot on this part of the tile where the wooden ladder is, and then turning until the camera gets farther away and doing a corner bug. After the corner bug, we want to hold upright and turn this way and draw a flare and head up to this corner. You want to get in a position like this again for a normal corner bug, and then again crouch and go up into it. This won't bring us up, but as long as we're in the wall, we can hold up and she'll clip up, and we can turn left and flare cancel and run along this way. Draw another flare and roll off here, and then fake grab to land on the slope below, and then jump and flare cancel. Draw guns to cancel the camera, jump to here, side flip, and then turn and climb up this way. Then you can draw another flare and running jump to the right here, flare cancel, and jump onto this tile. You can do this more continuous by jumping off here, using a flare, and then curving to the right to land here to put the Hand of Rathmore in. If you messed up the flares or just want to save one for the end, you can also do this end flareless by falling off on the right side here and then rolling over this corner. So that looks something like this. Either way works. Then you just put the Hand of Rathmore in the dead body with a hole in his chest, I guess. And that's the madhouse. For a reunion, you want to hold side flip left instantly and then run this way. You can get a quick sprint in here and jump. You can draw a flare, and we can jump onto these invisible platforms. Standing jump off the second one, running jump again, and jump over this way. This can be a difficult sequence because of the hanging fire swinging back and forth. If you're too far to the left when you're trying to get to the platform, you'll get hit by the fire and catch on fire. So you want to stick to the right side to try and not get caught on fire, but that can also be tough because the platform is off to the left. So you want to do a jump like this. After getting on the platform, you'll want to do another running jump and curve right. Keep curving around this way and jump to about here and throw the flare to cancel. This flare will give us a quick and easy turn for our backflip. We want to jump here and flare cancel and backflip twist up to here and jump up here. This can be also a difficult jump. If you delay the jump too much, you'll bonk. If you don't delay the jump enough, you're not going to make it all the way up. After you make it up here, you want to turn to the left and head to this corner. And then corner bug, hold roll and flare. Holding roll and flare will give you a perpetual flare cancel and roll you into the right direction. You can jump over this way, and then again do another corner bug on this corner, and roll. After this roll, you want to running jump up to here, and over to here. I recommend drawing guns because the camera will swap when you do this, and it can mess you up. So draw guns and running jump, and you can put guns away, and pull a flare, and jump to here. Side flip, standing jump, and grab the Hand of Rathmore. Backflip twist and use this last flare to cancel. Run over here and go down the slope. I recommend grabbing here to be against the wall, so you get stuck further up, and then you can just swim over to here and grab this ledge. Draw your guns to cancel camera again, jump this way, and sprint to the end of the game. And that's the end of Tomb Raider: The Lost Artifact. I hope you found this speedrun tutorial interesting or helpful if you're going to run it. With the current strats known and shown in this tutorial, you can barely get sub 13 minutes. So again, thank you everyone for watching, and enjoy running.